Hello, welcome back to Camus Classics. Today we're going to be starting again on this 1955 Chevy 3100 short-bed step-side pickup truck. We're getting it ready for paint, the frame. Basically, as you can see, the only part that's left of the original frame is the outside frame rails. We've converted over to a tubular cross member in the middle. It's getting independent front suspension in the front and 4-linked in the back. So we need to get it painted. We're doing, as you can see, most of it's done. You'll see it's kind of white. That's Bondo. We just a very light skim coat just to smooth it out where we've welded it, the original, little potholes in the frame. Things like that just to smooth it up. This one we are building more as a show truck, so a little bit more involved, a little bit more work. Today what we're going to be doing is, you can see from here to here on both sides we have the inside of the frame rail to do, as well as around the welds, just to smooth those up. So go ahead and get some mud here and mix it up. You don't want to mix too much that we can't get it worked out and used in that time. What we're using, it's from Evercoat, it's Rage Extreme. The reason we're using it, it's a light body filler. We're just looking for a nice uniform color here. But it's their Rage Extreme. You kind of want to do a little bit of folding, but you don't really want to incorporate a lot of air because that's where you get your pinholes from. So we'll go ahead and said, all we're looking for is to fill any little holes, little waves. So you'll see we're doing long. You can work this tough too much, so we'll just you see we're getting a little dry, so it's just gonna be more of that. We'll go ahead and get everything all, we'll have to mix up a little more. So we'll go ahead and we'll get some more mixed up and go ahead and put it in there. We'll come back when we're ready to start sanding it.
The next day.
Welcome back. So our Bondo on the frame is set up. So we're ready to sand it. Before that, I want to go over, we have a bunch of different sanders. I want to kind of show you those, explain what we use them for. The first one is a little just flat dual action sander. It moves in both directions, forward and back and side to side. We are going to be using that one on the frame. And this one is another dual action. It's round, smaller. We're also going to be using that on the frame. You want to use the biggest sander you can. That's going to cover the most area. Because we have this cross member in here, it's a little tight to get our bigger sanders in there, so we'll be using those two littler ones. We also have, this one is in another dual action one. No, this one actually just goes forward and back, but it's a long block, so it's, you know, roughly 18 inches long. It's a Hustler brand, very good brand, or Hutchins Hustler. Then we have two more of just the dual action rounds, big ones, but they don't fit in there. So we got those. Set those out of the way. Okay. Then we have from Durablock some just big blocks that are for hand sanding. We are going to have to use those to get into between these rails. Our other sanders won't fit in there. Our pneumatic sanders, all these are pneumatic, air powered, so we'll be using those. Then this is one we've made. It's rounded. We used these a lot in our cabinet shop, but they kind of cross over here. What we can use these for is where it's got the rounded edge, we can get in here on the little portions where we have to hand sand because we can't get a sander in there, so these are all hand sanding. So these you can build them with different radiuses. I mean, it's just a piece of wood, put a groove in it with a piece of wood in there to hold the sandpaper in. So let's get started. And we'll go with this little round one first. It's got 180 grit on it. That way we can knock down a little bit faster the high spots. Then we'll jump over to this one that has a 400 grit on it, just to get it a little bit smoother. Another thing you'll notice with these round ones, the little hand round ones, this has a little bit of a roundness to it, the top edge here. With this I can roll it up and over. You can't do that with some of the flat ones. It'll just kind of make it flat instead of round, so we'll round over with these. one thing you do want to do is you want to keep this flat on there. It cuts faster if you get it on an angle, but you don't want to cut it on an angle because you're going to get waves in it. You want to keep it flat and let the sandpaper do its job. There's just going to be a whole lot more of this sanding. It's loud. The air compressors are going to kick on. These use a lot of air. So we'll go back, we'll finish this. We got a few spots where it's got kind of damaged. Stuff's bumped against it. This one has been sitting for about 6 years. I bought it, started the work on it. We did the, boxed the frame rails, put the cross members in, did a lot of the work on the body stuff. And then it kind of fell to the wayside doing other stuff. And so we are getting back on this now. So we're going to get this, as it sat there, stuff's bumped against it. And so we got a few little dings and stuff in the previously done work to fix. We'll get that done, and then this will go to paint. We're going to be using the KBS coatings. This will eventually go body color, but we're going to use the KBS coatings as a sealer primer. It can be used that way, so we'll seal it really good. It dries really hard. Then we can, just rough it up with like some 220 and go to primer directly over that. So that's what we're going to do. Like, share, and subscribe.